Some say they got a good woman, but I got the sweetest one. I got the sweetest one. Yeah, though I lied and I cheated, I deceived, and I never even told the truth. Told the truth. How will I earn your trust when I'm through praying? How will I find a better one than you? Yes, I wanna be honest and hide nothing from you. Ooh, sometimes when you're not around, I'll be flirting. It's been lie after lie, and you deserve not to like it. I got a good woman with me. I got a good woman with me. Oh yeah. She don't even has a radio. She don't even want a TV. But all she really wants, all she ever wants is me. But I gotta come with all her ingredients, all her ingredients. That's love, trust, communication, and me.
We do have Roke Telkom Wi-Fi available for you right here at the Radisson. So if you do have your phones and are able to pick up Wi-Fi, you can find Roke Telkom Wi-Fi, and it'll give you a bit of experience of what they can do. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would like to welcome onto the podium to address you the Chief Operations Officer of Roke Telkom Group, the Roke Telkom Group, and that is Mr. James Biaruhanga. Mr. James Biaruhanga will come over here to get the proceedings underway for the evening as well. It's good to see you guys on this cold evening, but apparently it's one of the warmer evenings of the week. So I'm thankful to God for making it happen. My job today is basically to let you guys know a little bit about Roke Telkom. Later on, the CEO will come through to also share a little bit more. But I guess our main interest is to hope that we can interact a lot more in future and let you really know about us. There's a very long story about Roke Telkom, and if we decide to tell you today, no one will leave. It's quite a story. But just to give you a bit of background, Roke Telkom is actually a business that started in a very informal discussion in the middle of a pub in Kampala between our CEO, who's coming through to give you a talk later, and the chairman of the board, who unfortunately couldn't make it because of other engagements, and myself. Then slowly it grew into a very big discussion with a few other friends. You'll see them around, the CTO, the CFO, and before we knew it, we had a very interesting and rather exciting business in Uganda. Roke Telkom generally is an internet service provider. In Uganda, we are also a voice carrier. We have got presence in Uganda. We've got presence in Nairobi. We've got presence in DRC, Goma, Bukavu. We've got presence in London for voice. And now, we have presence in Zambia. From the voice side of business, which we can't do here yet because of the regulation, we run a very massive voice over IP platform. We've got a few friends who've come through from different parts of the world because we do business with them. And we interconnect with them through London, Nairobi, Uganda. And the voice business is quite good, and it's the initial business we're doing. From a data perspective, we run internet over fiber, over wireless. We have a few satellite customers through partnerships, one of who is actually here as well, and waving around. In Uganda, we've rolled out a metro fiber network in Kampala, which is a few hundred kilometers. The CTO is very proud of it. He'll go around giving you exact numbers if you find him. We've got citywide coverage of our wireless network. We've got metro fibers in all the other big towns in Uganda. And we recently acquired a fiber cable from Kampala to the Kenyan border. And we are in final stages of building the first ever fiber cable from Kampala to the Tanzanian border. This has actually given us a very big amount of recognition because it provides redundancy into the country that was never there before. I think that's pretty much how much I can talk about Roke Uganda and the other Roke operations, because the CEO will talk about it a bit more. But I'll talk about Roke Zambia. Roke Zambia, which we are launching today, is basically what I would say our very first fully fledged operation out of Uganda that is going to provide solutions across the board for all the market segments. In the other operations, we have different market segments we address. In Zambia, we want to address each and every market segment. We are looking at addressing the consumer segment using 4G, the SME segment using fixed wireless, the corporate segment using fixed wireless as well as optical fiber, and the rural sector using Visa. We've spent about a year here setting up, discussing with partners, integrating, failing this, fixing that. But I think as of today, we're pretty much there. We intend to roll out service centers so that you can access our services very easily across the whole country. We already have our technical office up and running. The commercial office will be up and running very soon. However, that will not stop us from giving you the service we think you need. Previously, Zambia has been depending on submarine cables coming out of Namibia and Zim. We are trying to complete the ring and adding in the capacity coming in through Tanzania, which is actually live. As a matter of fact, if you have any Wi-Fi able gadget right now, just search for Roke Telkom hotspot, and there's no password, and you'll be browsing through Dar es Salaam. And feel free to give us some comments on what you think about the experience. Then I'll take it to the CTO. On top of that, we are looking at working with our partners as well as talking to our friendly competition to see how we can drive the prices of internet down in the market. Where we come from, regionally, we're selling a meg to customers at very, very reasonably competitive pricing to the rest of the world. Obviously, Zambia is very landlocked and there's so many challenges that come with it. But we think that the price can come down a bit, and we're going to see how we can work with our partners and engage the competition as well and see if we can get the pricing down. But I can confidently assure you that our price offering on the product right now is extremely competitive. And it's going to be available as well on the market from tomorrow. Actually, it's available, but it will be published from tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see the phone ringing off the hook. We also appreciate that the customer support services in the country have not been at the topmost for internet service provision, and we would like to improve that. We will offer 24 based support services, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, with off-site support where we can. Obviously, there will be challenges and service level agreements and all those kind of things. If you're an internet customer, you know this, but we shall provide this. And finally, we will provide international leased lines for some of your businesses that have got connectivity needs outside of Zambia. In Uganda, this is a very big business for us. We have got very big strategic partners, and we have agreed with them that we shall represent them here as well. So if you've got a business that needs connectivity outside of Zambia, whether it's Tanzania, whether it's India, whether it's Malaysia, we can carry you today through our northern bound route back to the rest of the world, and hopefully very soon we'll carry you through the southern routes to the rest of the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming. and there's quite a few of the Roke Telkom people around. If you want to discuss about details of the products, we are willing to listen and give you some answers. If you want to pay us a visit, we are currently stationed out of Sekuture Road in Ridgeway of Jacaranda. There's a flyer at the entrance which has all these details. Feel free to pick it and let's chat tonight and have a good time. Welcome.
That is the Chief Operations Officer of Roke Telkom Group. Thank you very much indeed. And indeed, it's a chance for people to go out and experience what they do have to offer. And I have a little antidote in my English. I have a little antidote about the business tagline that Roke Telkom uses. Anecdote, thank you very much, anecdote. I said antidote, oh Jesus. But the tagline, the new experience, is actually a tagline when Biaruhanga and his colleagues were starting out. They were looking on how to define and describe what they do have to offer. And we were sitting in a car with James Biaruhanga, and he asked me, because I'm very clever, he said, Master, sometimes he calls me Master, but he said, my dear friend, what should we and how should we define or give a tagline? I said, well, you guys are new. So the word new was put into it. And he said, you're going to be giving people a different experience. And right then and there, the tagline came, Roke Telkom, the new experience. Courtesy of Gaetano Kagwa. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do remember there's some bites over here. We do have our DJ Krim, also from Uganda, who's been playing some music, and our band as well. Is our next performer here, Scarlett? She is here. Ladies and gentlemen, as we go into this small music interlude, so please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Scarlett Mwana Okondwela, Happy Child. Thank you very much.
Give me peace, peace for all the children dying, peace for all the women crying, peace for all the people fighting. Give me peace, give me love, give me light, give me peace, no darkness inside. That's not what I need. When my heart is on fire, give me peace, some light in my life. That's all I need. The minutes and the hours go by. I see people through my window outside, pretending to be happy with their lives, to hide their dreaming. And now a feeling grows inside me, something that feels a lot like serenity. It shelters me from all that's dark and cold, and all my fears of all that's lost and old, and all the things that cause my heart to ache. Give me love, give me light, give me peace, no darkness inside. That's not what I need. When my heart is on fire, give me peace, some light in my life. That's all I need. Give me love, give me light, give me peace, no darkness inside. That's not what I need. When my heart is on fire, give me peace, some light in my life. That's all I need. A future free of pain and misery, where every little child is, where everybody's prayers will be answered, where loving one another comes first, where every woman finds her happiness, and every tortured child can find rest. These are all the things for which my heart's alive.
Deputy Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Mwansa Kapea, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure and honor to address this launch gathering. I also want to welcome the other officials from the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, officials from ZICTA, officials from ZDA, Zambian Development Agency, and all other members of the telecom industry who are here with us today, members of the supply chain who helped us along the way, equipment providers, internet providers from far and away. We have some friends from Kenya, some friends from Tanzania. We want to thank all of you for gracing us with your presence. I bring you greetings from the people of Uganda, your sister country. A few moments ago, I was having a chat with the minister, and we found out that we share a few words in common. I speak some Kinyarwanda, which has a few shared words with Bemba. So I hope that later on we can have a more concrete Bemba conversation. Mr. Minister, I want to say that we've been very, very overwhelmed with the hospitality that the Zambian people have shown to Roke Telkom. And I want to say Zikomo. Nice. Mr. Minister, we would also want to share with you, as you all know, there are many, many internet providers across Africa. And I would just want to tell you what makes us unique. We as young Africans care a lot about the socio-economic growth of our continent. We are very, very passionate about delivering data services to the people, especially people upcountry. We are very, very passionate about bridging the digital gap. We are very, very passionate about giving our people an equal chance like their counterparts in the West. As you are well aware, there are quite a multitude of transport technologies. I'm talking in terms of data. Roke Telkom promises to integrate all these different technologies in our offering. We'll be offering a fiber product, WiMAX, satellite, Wi-Fi, and most importantly, 4G, which is the long-term evolution technology that has taken the world by a storm. Honorable Minister, I can assure you that once these services are integrated, they will change the way Zambians do business. They will change the way a kid in Lusaka communicates with his fellow kid in Dola. Because with the speed of 4G or fiber, they'll be able to have a real-time Skype conversation. They can also have this conversation with their counterparts in New York or London or Kampala. We have many partners who are here who would help us provide the infrastructure. But we'll do the integration to make sure that this spawning of global technologies happens here in Lusaka. Ladies and gentlemen, when we started Roke Zambia, we had a few options. We could have decided to invest heavily in infrastructure. But Mr. Minister, as you know, implementing heavy investments in infrastructure that has already been built does not make financial sense. So we decided at a strategic level to partner with many Zambian companies to provide the back end, some of the infrastructure, so that we can move to our core business, which is integrating and providing excellent bandwidth of broadband services. So, like as they say in economics, we let those who have a comparative advantage in infrastructure or supply of equipment do their core business while we concentrate on doing our core business. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also want to assure you that back home in Uganda, we carry a lot of, we do a lot of CSR services, customer relations, social services. While we're driven by economic development, we also know that you must help the society within which you live. In Uganda, we have partnered with Google International to provide bandwidth for schools. We have a project with Tata Communications.
Yeah.
We have projects with the local city council where we help keep the city clean. And we hope that given an opportunity to grow in Lusaka, we will help in these social responsibilities. Our commitment to Zambia is not in doubt. This is evidenced by the number of collaborations across the telecom sector with our counterparts. And like I was telling the minister before, we are committed to transferring technical skills to the young people of Zambia. Roke Telkom recognizes the importance of telecommunications as a catalyst for economic growth in Zambia. And we are committed to demystifying the exclusivity of bandwidth. Like I assured you before, we are building a network in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
I need you to take a picture of me and send it to me.
And hopefully, if you have some time, when we are ready to launch, I'll issue a personal invitation to Goma in DRC. The Honorable,
I can email it to you tomorrow.
in summation of my remarks, I'd like to say that we hope
So it's like raw right now. I'm shooting raw.
to build
So you have to edit it down.
a new team of digital warriors
With his phone.
in Zambia,
That's my big camera.
provide them with a skill set, and let them loose on the world. Zambians can be able to sell their applications online, they can be able to trade online, they can be able to do things that they were not able to do before because of lack of internet or lack of broadband.
Huh?
Yo, some photos.
You're
Just
taking
pay
the-
me. Come for
You're
photo shoot,
taking
okay?
where?
10.
We hope to change the way business is done.
I'll give you 30 photos.
We hope you will support us in this goal. And I would like to thank all guests, everyone who came from far and away, for blessing us with your presence. And I also want to thank all the employees of Roke Telkom Zambia for the good work you've done. I know it's not always been easy, but we're committed to helping you. We're committed to sharing the values that have been spawned at our headquarters. I'd also want to give you greetings from our chairman, Kenneth Kiza, who was unable to make it, but is with us in spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, could we have I would like now to take the pleasure to invite our guest of honor, the Deputy Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Mwansa Kapea. Please, can we have a round of applause for the Minister?
Partners and suppliers of Roke Telkom from East Africa and the Congo, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, On behalf of the government and people of Zambia, I take this opportunity to welcome yet another internet service provider, Roke Telkom Zambia, onto the Zambian market. I congratulate the company on the launch of its multi-million-dollar broadband internet service we are witnessing here tonight. I note with happiness that this investment will not only create a more connected Zambia, but will also give the people of this country a more consistent and faster internet service and experience. I'm also given to understand that the broadband internet service we are launching tonight is also expected to result in a drop in the price of internet service in Zambia. Government is further delighted with Roke Telecom's plans to spread its internet services to the rural parts of Mother Zambia, including the creation of the much-needed jobs for our people when the company is full operational. This is indeed commendable and in line with the government's agenda to ensure a well-informed and economically empowered citizenry. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government is passionate about the need to ensure the free flow and the public access to information. The internet in this regard is an important tool in achieving this objective. Investment in the internet and other information technologies such as Facebook, Twitter, and other online social networks, therefore, ranks high on the government's development agenda. This is why government welcomes the investment by Roke Telecom, which is aiming at widening internet service provisions in Mother Zambia. In this regard, credit also goes to the Zambia Information Communication and Technology Authority, ZICTA, for liberalizing the license regime. This has also allowed for a multitude of players to invest in the internet service provision, which has led to appreciable reduction in price. I also wish to recognize the important work the Zambia Development Agency is doing to facilitate the flow of foreign direct investment in this country. For its part, government reiterates its unwavering commitment to creating an enabling environment for private sector investment to flourish in Mother Zambia. Once again, congratulations to Roke Telecom on the landmark launch of its broadband internet service in Zambia. I'm sure the company that is investing in Zambia has made a choice, and this choice itself will never be forgotten, and the company will not regret. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.
guess you get my back, got my feelings, I let you know anyway. But that miss much love away, and I can't seem to leave a day. Could leave it where I'm under, baby, feels like the lightning without the fire in day. But I'm so lonely, I wanna bother you. I'm so lonely, I wanna bother you.